Welcome back to a new session of learning. In the last class, we have seen what are herbs, shrubs, trees, creepers, and climbers, and we have seen the specialities with example. Today, we are going to see the different parts of a plant. Let me introduce the different parts of a plant. We all know that root, stem, leaves, flowers, buds, all these are the different parts of a plant. Now let's see the functions of each and every part of plant. Let's see the stem. In the lower class itself we have seen what is root, what are the functions of root. Okay, what is the function of a root? A root hold the plant very tightly in the soil. Also, it absorbs water and mineral from the soil. These are the two main functions of root. There are two types of root: taproot and fibrous root. Once again, there are mainly two types of root: taproot and fibrous root. Now we are going to differentiate what is taproot and what is fibrous root. Here you can see a main root. Okay, this is the base of the stem. From the base of the stem, you can see the root is arising. This is the main root. Okay, so main root, and from the main root, many small roots are arising. This is known as lateral root. Okay, so from the main root, many small roots are arising. So such type of root is known as taproot. So taproot, there will be a main root, and from the main root many smaller roots known as lateral roots are arising. Then what about the fibrous root? Fibrous root, see, from the base of the stem many roots are arising. Similar types of roots are arising. There is no main root like this plant. There is no main root. Here many similar types of roots are arising. Okay, such root system is known as fibrous root system. So friends, I hope you got what is the function of root and what are the main two types of root. Mainly the fibrous root system seen in grass. Okay, grass, coconut, arachnoid, ginger. In all these cases we can find fibrous root system. And what about the taproot system? A main root and the lateral roots we get or we see in all the other bigger plants like mango, apple, hibiscus. In all these plants we can find taproot. Next part is stem. Stem conduct water to different parts of leaf and even till the aerial part of a plant. Okay, so stem transport water. So inside the stem there are some vessels like xylem and phloem. Both conduct water and food. Xylem vessel usually conduct water. Root absorb water and it will be transported to stem, and stem will be giving this to leaves and even till the aerial part of a plant. And not only that, stem bears leaf, flowers, fruits, seeds, etc. Again you can see the leaf is arising from the stem. Such part is known as node. Okay, so there is a space between two nodes. It is known as internode. Okay, the space between two nodes are known as internode. Okay, the place from where the leaves and branches are arising is known as node, and the space between two nodes are known as internode. Okay, these are the things which are related to stem. Now let's move to leaf. What is the main function of a leaf? We all know that leaf is the kitchen of a plant. Leaf is a kitchen of a plant. There is a green pigment. This green pigment is known as chlorophyll. This chlorophyll helps in the photosynthesis. So we can tell leaf is the kitchen of a plant. Okay, it prepare food and it store in the leaf, and the stem will be conducting it to all the different parts of the body. Okay. Children, can you tell me what is venation and what are the two types of venation? Now let's see. In the leaf, we can see networks of veins. Okay, many veins are seen. Okay, so the arrangement of veins in a leaf is known as venation. So what is venation? The arrangement of veins. Veins, the net-like structure is a vein. The arrangement of veins in a leaf is known as venation. Okay. And there are mainly two types of venation: parallel venation and reticulate venation. So in all fibrous root system, we can see parallel venation, and wherever we find taproot system, there we can find reticulate venation. For example, in the grass we found fibrous root. Okay, fibrous root. So just observe the leaf of a grass. In the leaves, the veins are arranged in parallel way. Okay, there is no network. The veins are arranged in parallel way. So here we can see the parallel venation. What about in hibiscus, rose, etc.? There we can find the networks of veins. Okay, networks. The veins are not parallelly arranged. Here veins are arranged in a network mode. Okay, so such type of venation is known as reticulate venation. Tell me, what is a petiole and what is a midrib and lamina? Can you see the branch? This is branch and many leaves are there in the branch. Okay, we said this is known as node. This is another node, and the space between two nodes is internode. Okay, and from the node the leaf is arising. Okay, and this part is known as node, and after the node we can see a little space. It is known as petiole. The leaf is attached to the stem by petiole. This is petiole. Then you can find a broad area. You can find a broad area in the leaf, and this broad area is known as lamina. This is known as lamina. And see the middle part of the leaf, we can find a thick vein. This is called midrib. Okay, this is known as midrib. Okay, these are the main part of a leaf. I hope it is clear to you. Okay, children, I hope the different parts of a plant, that is root, stem and leaf, these three are very clear to you. Thank you, children, for listening me this much time. See you in the next class with the flower, its function and different.